Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Living the Yogi's Life, where I share with you the tools that I use to take the lessons learned on my yoga mat and apply them into my everyday life. Today I want to talk to you about negative feedback. Feedback that you might get from the world around you or feedback that you might get from your friends and your family. Now for me, this is something that I don't naturally deal with really well. In fact, I deal actually naturally pretty badly with negative feedback. First, I get really defensive, and then I remember all of the negative things that people say, even if they're just trying to be constructive, and they kind of stay in my mind. Maybe something like that happens for you too, or I don't know, maybe you're naturally better at it and you just shrug off the negative. So what I've learned from my yoga practice is that these negative feedback that you get in the world is a little bit like the signals of pain that you get in your physical body. So these actually have some sort of a message to be delivered to you. So how do you learn to listen to them? I want to give you an example of something that's actually happened in my life and how I use my yoga practice to actually help me find the path from the negative feedback into something constructive and really positive. This is actually something I've wanted to talk about for a really long time, so I'm happy to get the opportunity now. While I was teaching in Chicago earlier this year, which is one of the cities that I really love to teach at, I finished a really long day of teaching and my hosts were rushing me out of the studio because it was about to rain and they wanted me to get home, or back to the apartment, not home, but back to the apartment that I was staying at. So they were hurrying me along, and then there was one student who was left at the end of the day who asked if I could sign her book. And now, first of all, I absolutely love when people bring me my books to sign because I get so excited. I put so much energy and so much of myself into my books that I just get so excited, and I love to sign my books anywhere I go, and I'm always happy to take the time. Unfortunately, because it was the end of the day and my host was waiting for me and they were hurrying me along, I asked her if she was coming the next day and if she would mind waiting. Well, apparently I didn't ask as nicely and as conscientiously as I thought I did, because when I was reading the feedback forms from that workshop, she actually took the time to write a very long paragraph talking about how rude I was by asking her to wait the next day, and she was really put off and she almost did not come the next day. First of all, if you're watching, I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but I'm so sorry that I came off rude and I came off in a way that was offensive. That is absolutely not my intention. My intention is to come off kind and compassionate every chance and every moment of my life. The second thing is that I've actually taken that as a constructive thing, and now when I'm teaching, what I've asked all of my hosts to do is to leave one time dedicated throughout the weekend where everyone can stay and I'll sign everyone's books and I'll take as many photos and talk to people and answer all the questions all in one time, so that my host is aware that this time is there and I'm never rushed and I just take that time, no one is stressed. And when I tell students that this is available, now they're really actually much happier to sort of wait and take the space because they know that that's the sort of appropriate time. So in a way, I'm really thankful for you writing that negative feedback, and this is the way that I have been using the feedback in the world to be constructive rather than just take it as mean or react negatively back and sort of fight back against it, but to pause, take a breath, look around, see if there's something constructive to come from it, especially if the negative feedback upsets you, and especially if it comes from someone that you love. This is something that's actually really hard for me. The more I care about someone, the more the negative thing that they're gonna say is actually gonna affect me and I'll react more strongly to it. So just like if you're doing your yoga practice and there's like a little pain that comes in your knee or a little pain that comes in your neck, instead of just ignoring it and pushing through, pause, take a breath, look around, look in the inner space of the body, wait for the message until you can see potentially where you have room for improvement, where you have room to grow, or if the feeling you got in your body was just sort of, a fleeting sensation, it's arising and passing, and you can go ahead and move forward. So essentially what I'm saying is this: you're going to meet a lot of things in the world that are both positive and negative. If you only listen to the positive and you only surround yourself with people that tell you how wonderful and amazing you are, you won't actually grow because you'll just get more and more comfortable. But if you be open to not just the positive and also the negative, and when you reach the negative, don't immediately change. Pause. Take a breath, tune into yourself, tune into your authenticity, see if there's something constructive in that negative feedback. And if there is, take it on and grow. And if there's not, if it's just mean-spirited name-calling, shrug it off and let that make you a stronger person. I've experienced the host of mean-spirited name-calling in my life as well. There are a lot of people out there that take issue with one thing or another that I'm doing, and that's actually made me stronger. It used to sort of hurt my feelings a long time ago, but now I just realize, hey, people say things for whatever their intention. It doesn't matter. All that really matters is whether I'm true to what is my passion, what is my belief in life, what is my authenticity. And when I know that I'm within my own truth, any negative feedback that I might get, I can use it as constructive if it's constructive. But again, if it's just mean-spirited, I just don't take it personally. I just don't give it any energy. And I just redirect my mind to the task at hand, which is living my life as peacefully and as harmoniously and as in accordance with the yogic values as possible. I hope that you're inspired to live a more yogic life and to be open in your lifestyle to include the positive and the negative so that you can be the harmonious and equanimous balance between the light and the dark. The yoga practice is something that actually contains both pleasure and pain. It is something within the yogi's mind that makes space for both the positive and the negative. Not just the practices where you feel amazing, but also the practices where you feel tired and stiff and weak and unhappy and all of those things. The yogi's mind includes those opposites. So just like that, when we interact with pleasurable feedback from the world or painful feedback from the world, we should be balanced and equanimous, ideally if we're practicing yoga, in order to be able to, with a calm, honest, clear space, look clearly and take that in. That's what I strive towards every day. My goal every day is to be more compassionate, to be more humble, to be more kind, and to express that in every single one of my interactions, and to be that person a little bit more peaceful and a little bit more loving every day of my life. I hope you're inspired to get on your mat and practice and to live the yogi's life every day. Thank you for watching. Namaste.